Hey, let's be honest for a moment. If you've ever played a track and felt like something was missing, like vocals sounded thin, bass lacked weight, or instruments blurred together, then you already know what truly good sound feels like. You're not here for loudness. You're here for presence, clarity, and emotional impact. This is for the kind of person who hears detail, who notices when audio feels flat instead of layered, who feels the difference between shallow playback and sound that actually connects with you. Before anything else, take a moment to check the current price and availability. Quality audio systems like the KEF LSX II move quickly, and hesitation is exactly what turns "I want this" into "I wish I grabbed it." You knew it was time to upgrade when your current speakers made you reach for the volume dial instead of sinking into the music. When complexity in tracks turned into muddiness. When your headphones felt more expressive than your living room setup. That subtle frustration isn't random, it's your instinct telling you you've outgrown compromise. Putting a pair of these KEF LSX II speakers in place doesn't feel like a small bump, it feels like opening the door on your music, movies, and games. These aren't just amplifiers and drivers, they're instruments of expression. The sound doesn't just play, it breathes. Vocals have texture. Bass has definition. Highs stay crisp without harshness. Every layer in a mix feels intentional instead of crowded. Picture this: you hit play and suddenly hear parts of songs you never noticed before. Acoustic guitars feel real. Synth layers have space. Dialogue in movies sits forward and clear, not buried. Even podcasts feel richer, more articulate. You don't just listen, you experience. Once you feel this level of performance, anything weaker starts to feel like a step back. You'll find yourself comparing every session to what you now know is possible. That's loss aversion. You don't want to give up the presence, clarity, and dimensionality you've already felt. If you're tempted to wait for a sale or hope stock steadies out, remember this: prices fluctuate and inventory moves. That perfect later you're thinking about rarely arrives as something better. Don't let indecision be what keeps you from the experience you already want. You might tell yourself a cheaper system could be good enough. But here's the truth: once you hear sound that feels alive and expressive, anything flat or compressed starts to feel like compromise. Close doesn't cut it when you've already sensed what's real. And here's something most people don't mention: owning speakers like these doesn't just change your sound, it changes how you feel in your space. You sit down differently. You hit play with confidence, not hope. Your listening moments become intentional instead of passive. Layered sound that feels alive, vocals with texture and clarity, bass that's defined and present, presence that fills the room, confidence every time you press play. It isn't the cheapest speaker setup out there, it will make weaker systems feel limited. At some point you stop looping comparisons and choose what your instinct already picked. Check the price and what's available. If your gut is leaning in, trust it. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you look back on and wish you made sooner.